Hello, it's Brandon Lord. Welcome back to my channel for today's video. It's gonna be a reading vlog. I haven't really done a reading vlog. I have done a video where I talked about like the books I've read so far in 2023, but I've never done an actual reading vlog, and I found my way back to booktube, so now I kind of want to do one. Also because I'm planning on reading 2 books this month, one for the podcast and one for fun, because I want to read more. But I get stressed out about having to read like the one for the podcast and making sure I read that like I don't end up reading another book. But this month I want to read another book. We'll see how it goes. The book I started today, it's Monday, I started today Once Upon a Broken Heart by Stephanie Garber, and that's the one we're reading for the podcast because we haven't really done a fantasy yet. And, like, I usually don't read fantasy. Even though I was thinking earlier, and I was like, that's kind of a lie. Because my favorite book I've read so far in 2023 is The Invisible Life of Addie LaRue. And that one was, like, fantasy. So I'm just dumb. But it's fine. Katie really likes fantasy. And I was like, we haven't really covered in depth, like, a fantasy book. Because we started the podcast after reading Addie LaRue. So we only, like, kind of briefly talked about it in the first episode. So this is the first time we're covering, like, a fantasy book and actually, like, diving in. So I'm excited. I'm already on page, like, 34. And I only need to read the first, like, 100 until we record on Sunday. I knew it was going to be an easy read, but I didn't expect it to be as fast-paced. I'll probably read a little more tonight. I'm at the part where she, makes the deal with the guy, which I have a theory that this is connected to The Invisible Life of Addie LaRue, because the person who she loves is named Luke, and Luke was like the evil god in Invisible Life of Addie LaRue. Now, it's a loose connection, but I think it exists, and that's all I'll say. My main goal, I want to get the 100 pages done, and then I want to move on to the other book I was going to read, which is The Fourth Wing. It's by Rebecca Yarros, and I've seen this, like, all over TikTok. So many people I've seen on Instagram have read it, too. Like, it's been, like, a pretty big book this year, and I think the second one's coming out in November. And Katie read it recently, and she, like, loved it. She was going off about it on the last podcast. So it kind of made me want to read it too, and that's also another fantasy book. So I'm reading 2 fantasy books this month. I'm excited to start it. I hope it's not overhyped and that it's actually good. We'll see. But I was going to read it, and then me and Katie will probably do like a bonus episode talking about it. But I'm not going to start that until I finish the first section that I need to get done for Once Upon a Broken Heart. I definitely plan on reading a lot more tomorrow because working from home the rest of the week because the office is closed because of the hurricane. So definitely have a lot of free time. With that being said though, I'll check back in tomorrow. So it's Thursday. Oh my god. I read a lot Tuesday. I actually finished my section for Once Upon a Broken Heart and then started Fourth Wing. And then yesterday on Wednesday, I read a lot more of Fourth Wing because it was a pretty slow day. The storm wasn't too bad over here, just like a lot of rain, but like now it's like very sunny. Work's been slow and like everything like that. So yesterday was almost too boring of a day. Like there was just like nothing to do, nowhere to go, and just like I felt like I was stuck in my room pretty much. But I got a lot of reading done, so that was good. As far as Once Upon a Broken Heart, I like it so far. Reading Fourth Wing though, I like it so much better. But Once Upon a Broken Heart is good. So, like, I'm not going to hate on it. I'm at the part, because, like, we're dividing it up on the podcast to be, like, 100 pages per episode, because it's, like, 400 pages, so 4 episodes. And so the first section was basically reading the first 100 pages. And, like, it's pretty much setting up the story, because the main character, Evangeline, she's, like, about to go to the ball to, like, see if Prince Apollo will choose her as the perfect bride. I'll say a little bit about what I read quickly. And like, if you haven't read and don't want any spoilers, don't listen to this. But like, if you don't plan on reading this and you just kind of want to know, then like listen. But it's basically like Evangeline goes to the Prince of Hearts. She's like, oh my god, the love of my life. He's like about to marry my stepsister. And he's like, oh, well, I can help you, but only if you like take this curse and you have to kiss 3 people of my choosing. Because he's like a fate, which is like a bad god pretty much. That's what I equate it to, because that's like Addie LaRue. And so she's apprehensive, but then she does it. But she's like, but you can't kill anyone to stop the wedding. And he's like, okay, bet. So instead, he turns them all to stone. And she's like, oh my god, this is terrible. So she sacrifices herself and turns herself into stone. And then she's stoned for like 6 weeks. But then she gets saved. But however, the love of her life, Luke, is like gone because a wolf bit him. Because again, the curse is still there that he's going to stop the wedding. So like, I guess the Prince of Hearts sent a wolf after him and like bit him. So now he's gone. Her stepsister is known as like a cursed bride. She's known as this hero because she sacrificed herself to save her family that was turned to stone. But she knows the truth that they were turned to stone because of her. So she feels bad. But now she's invited to the ball to compete for the Prince Apollo's, like, to be his perfect bride. And, but she feels bad. So she brings her stepsister to be like, hey girl, you've had it rough. Let's, like, do this. Let's go to the magnificent North. And it's like, the North is, like, all magical and, like, beautiful and stuff. And so basically I'm at the part where they've arrived and there's, like, a dinner before the ball. And, like, now it, like, left off whether or not the Prince of Hearts, like, showed up or not. Because the Prince of Hearts also disappeared, and she's been worried that she's going to run into him. And that he'll make her, like, still, like, have to get the 3 kisses. I think he is going to show up. I would assume. The whole plot is her having to do the 3 kisses. But anyways, that's where it left off. So it's pretty good. It's an easy read. It's fine. I like it. Fourth Wing, though, I've read already like the first 100 pages and I really want to read more. I really like it. It's a long book, though. It's like 600 pages. This is a book I didn't really expect to like to read, but everyone was talking about it. I just didn't think I would like it with like it being about like going to school to like get a dragon. Like, I don't know. It just didn't like seem like it would be up my alley. But I have to say it's pretty good. I sent Katie some thoughts I had about the first 100 pages. The mom sucks. Am I a Diane stan? Like Rhiannon, but worried she will betray Violet. Hopeful she won't, though. Jack is a virgin who can't drive. Zayden needs to chill, and Violet needs to drink milk. I plan on reading more in a little bit today, but work, I'm preparing for the month-end close that starts tomorrow, which is so annoying. But at least it's just Friday, so it's just day 1, and then we have a 3-day weekend because of Labor Day, so it's fine. But this close, I have like a few new tasks I have to do for the first time, so I'm a little nervous, but I think it should be fine. But I have to prep some stuff because we have some new journal entry templates and like fun stuff like that. So I'm gonna do that, and then I'm probably gonna eat. So far, so good. These books I'm reading, I like. Like, I like both of them. I like Fourth Wing better, but I'm liking both and I'm enjoying them. And I definitely want to, like, read more for fun other than the podcast going forward. Oh, hello. So it's 11:30 on Sunday. I'm going to be recording the pod with Katie at noon. Our first episode about Once Upon a Time. And yeah, but I do want to eat before because I'm hungry. And we tend to talk long. So like, I'm like starving by the end of it. So I want to eat before. I wanted to do an outro for this video. I'm ending it a little early because I'm going to be posting it just a little earlier than usual. Yesterday, I got to page... What page did I get to? I'm on page 235 of the Fourth Wing. I don't know if you can see. I'm in front of my window. Chapter 16. And I gotta say, I love this book. It's so good. And again, it's a book I never thought I would want to read. But it's literally like... amazing. Even though I'm only like a third of the way done because it's like 664 pages, It's like, so much has happened. It's one of those books too, because normally books, they kind of start off a little slow, and then you get into it. This book, although maybe the beginning was slower than what's happened since, it didn't start off slow. It hit the paint hard. It hit the ground running. It was going. And I liked it. It's just so good. If you've read the book, then amazing. If you haven't, you need to. I don't want to give anything away, but I'm at the part, I want to say, right after threshing. So, it's all good vibes. It's all great things happening. Even though, like, there's a lot of tragedy in this book as well. But there's a lot of positivity as well. I don't know. You gotta read it. But yes, so that's it for today's video. This is my first reading vlog. I kind of want to do more reading vlogs. I don't know if I'm going to do it weekly or like once a month or like every other week. I don't know. Kind of just when I feel like it, I think. But I'm really liking like starting to read books more for fun as well as with the pod. So I want to like do the vlogs as well. Also, I've been watching a lot of booktube and I like their videos. With that being said, thank y'all so much for watching. Make sure to like and subscribe if you haven't already, and I'll see y'all next time. Bye!